Well, here we are in the part of the conference room that the Spanish service happens in. And with me is Pastor Arturo Santiago, and it's awesome to have you here, Arturo.
Morning, Pastor. Thank you.
You know, and this is the place where every Sunday you have services, except now that the virus is happening. From the very first, you tell me if I'm right, but on the very first Sunday that this was going on, you were able to pull your team together, and we were saying, let's try to do something live from your own house. So you started out that way.
Yeah, it was a shock for me. And then I told God, Lord, what are we going to do now? What about the Sunday service? What about the Eastern service? All the event what we have planned, for this year. But Pastor Rick, I trust God, and I know God has a control of everything, and He knows what He's doing. So we called the leadership from the Hispanic ministry. We had a video call conference, and then told, listen, guys, we have to do something. We don't know how that's going to work. We don't know when we come back, to church. So we create a list for the church members. We divide that list by group, and each leader have a group. They are, responsible to make phone calls to every, member of the church to see how's everything, if they need something, let them know that we are here for them. And I hear good feedback from, the church members. They very, appreciate that we are doing this. We care for them, and that we're here. We're here. So, and also, when I start our service on Sunday, I start from home. So it was a little bit, for me, something new for me. And I say, okay, how are we going to do this? So I start with my phone. I had some difficult. Now we're doing here on church. Only, me, doing the message. And
now you're filming from this actual location.
Correct.
Here. Yeah.
Here people, appreciate that too, because they can, watch the service online. And also I have people that connect, the device to the TVs, and, we're on a big screen too, on the TV. So it's amazing what, God's doing with, the church. Also, we have our Bible study on Wednesday night at 7 o'clock through the Zoom application. Every Wednesday night at 7 o'clock. We had our communion a few weeks ago also with that application. We are posting video clips on YouTube and Facebook with 10, 15-minute message from each leader from the church, and some others for member from the church. And that's been a blessing. It's been a blessing for us and the church.
We have not, we've done Zoom meetings for leadership, and on the board, we've done the Zoom meetings that way. Andrew is doing some youth Zoom meetings. It's a little different because you have to break them up on that screen. It's can be a little complicated sometimes for what you're doing, but I know you have been pretty amazing to me that on the tech side of all that you're trying to stretch out and really use those things, and I commend you on that. This week, you're going to actually be with Brother Art.
Correct.
Doing the service. So much like Pastor Jim and I have done some things, you're going to be doing some sharing with Brother Art. Tell us about that.
The service with Brother Art, we're going to talk about, the peace of God in difficult times. So we're going to have like a conversation, like a Bible story or message.
But doing it together.
Yeah.
I've enjoyed doing it with Pastor Jim because we have the Dagsboro Fellowship, and we talked about that we wanted to be able to do something, but were we going to have to do a separate one for him down there and a separate one for us up here? And we thought it was easier to put our efforts to maybe actually have this conversation of a service where we were doing it. And I think people have been able to enjoy that from both fellowship areas. Crossroad is Crossroad, but we do have those unique locations, the Spanish service, the Dagsboro, and here the English service in Georgetown. But I really think God's stretching us, and we've been able to do some creative things, and I've really enjoyed watching what you guys are doing, because it looks like our connectivity is there. The people are responding. Giving has been wonderful. It didn't just, drop down to nothing. They have been coming forth and doing that in both the Spanish Dagsboro and the Georgetown places, locations. So that's been awesome to see. For you and Janet, how has it been for you at home with the kids in this kind of environment?
Well, it's a challenge for us, like everybody else. It's something, well, we here all day. I mean, but we're working as well. We're working as well. She's working from home. I'm working from home, and sometimes I have to come here to church. Kids stay there doing, homework online as well. Well, it's something that we are going through now, but I think God is with us, so we're blessing as well. So
yeah, we still have people. They're going through hardships. We've just had a few close ones in the fellowship that have passed, and we're having to work with them in these restricted times, like only 10 people can be at a graveside service right now. We're praying those things begin to open up. But so we're still having a pastor. We're making those phone calls. I'm so grateful for the staff here and everybody. And we had our past board meeting where we really commended you on how well you and Janet and the leadership team has been keeping the Spanish service together. And we're just believing that when this is all over, you're going to see the fruit of what God has done through that. And I believe He's got increase for us when this is all over.
And actually, that's what my wife, Janet, said. We're going to see the fruits of all this we're doing now. And I believe it. And I'm very grateful for the leadership of the church and some volunteers because they're doing a great job. And I can, say that because people, from church, they say thank you for care for us. Thank you because you guys there. So I'm very grateful for the leadership and volunteers and God, of course.
Yep. So keep up the good work. You are representing the heart of what God's doing through Crossroad very well through the Spanish service.
Thank you, Pastor. Thank you.